Welcome to SFL Pregame Live along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and we are officially scoreboard watchers today, Mike, as we have the final games of the regular season coming up today, although we have one straggler on Wednesday that's going to impact the bottom of the bracket. We're going to find out a lot about the playoffs this afternoon.
Yeah, Cam, we're definitely going to find out a lot about the playoffs this afternoon and today, or well, this morning, as it turns out. And also, Cam, a lot of regional rivalries on the schedule today. You know, the Florida rivalry, Carolinas, Texas up there with the All-Star and Fort Worth. So, yeah, regional rivalries all over the place, which is going to make this slate even more interesting.
All divisional games, all the time. Here's what's coming up next on For the Fans. Florida takes on Jacksonville this morning. That's your isolated game here on television, and the big one, as Florida and Jacksonville are both still in the picture for a first-round bye. Fort Worth also trying to clinch one of those top four spots and get out of the wild card. Lone Star wins, and they're in. A loss puts their season in some jeopardy. Let's start with Florida and Jacksonville, Mike.
Florida and Jacksonville, storied rivalry, throughout the history of the SFL. These two teams have met in championship games twice before, and they are definitely the rivals in that state. Florida, led by quarterback Ron Cochran, he is leading the league in total QBR with 97.6, and also completion percentage at 78.77. So Ron Cochran is going to be a huge part of this game today. He's going to be looking for his one of his favorite targets, running back rookie Bullet Politsky. He has 85 receptions on the year, so look for him early and often in this game. Jacksonville, these teams are almost mirror images of one another. Their quarterback, Christian Christensen, he has a 92.3 QBR and a 74.85 completion percentage, as well as 22 touchdown passes on the season. Jacksonville likes to air it out. Look for him to look for his favorite receiver, Ken Gossett. He has 93 receptions on the season. He's looking to get to that 100 mark for the several times in his career. That's what Ken Gossett does year in and year out. And Jacksonville is also led on defense by Succo Lamano. He has 13 interceptions on the season. He's going to be looking to slow Ron Cochran down today.
Charleston and Carolina kicks off at 11:30 on our Twitch channel. If that game interests you, that's also an Atlantic contest. Unfortunately, those two teams at 5 and 6 have no path in. We'll be tracking all the teams that do have a path in today, and Florida and Jacksonville comes your way after the break. Andy Hamilton, Gerald Giudice on the call, JL Browning on stats, and we'll get it out to them. After this, you're watching the SFL on For the Fans.
For the fans, welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Good morning from the beautiful beaches of Jacksonville, Florida. The sun is shining and we are ready for the end of the regular season Week 12 action between the Florida Storm and the Jacksonville Kings. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice and JL Browning on stats welcome you here to the stadium where both teams have a playoff spot, Gerald, but the question is, where do they have this playoff spot? Both teams fighting for positioning. These teams know each other well.
They do know each other well. This will be their 11th meeting. Florida having the advantage 6-4. And like you said, both teams have clinched playoff spots, but it's all about that most important seeding. Florida has guaranteed a first-round bye. While Jacksonville can be as high as a first-round bye, but be as low as the last one in. So it's definitely a big game, more so for Jacksonville than Florida. But Florida does want to win to get the number 2 seed.
Home team has won 60% of the matchups between these two teams. Also, the home team has won the last 3 matchups. Florida has the 2-0 advantage in the last 2 games. The last road win was January 28th of 2020, over a year ago, and Jacksonville got the road win. The Kings are the home team today, and they are trying to pull the upset over the 9-2 Florida Storm. Jacksonville coming in at 7-4, and Gerald, it'll all rely on these 2 quarterbacks. Florida will kick it off first. The Jacksonville Kings set to return. They will send out the 8th best offense in the SFL to start this thing off. They face a very stingy 3rd best defense, and we are underway in Week 12. The Sunday slate starts in Jacksonville. Mike St. Green, one of our hosts for the halftime and post-game shows, brings it up to the 23, and that is where Christian Christensen will bring this offense out for the Jacksonville Kings wearing purple. And Gerald, he is the number 1 quarterback when it comes to completions, but also number 1 in picks.
He has the fewest picks in the league with 16. One of the few quarterbacks with a plus in the TD interception ratio. Like I said, 366 completions. Also second in attempts.
He will throw on first down out to Jared Willis, the running back, who plows through 2 and steps out of bounds.
Great opening play there for Jacksonville. Going back to Christensen, I mean, he's second in completion percentage. He's second in touchdowns. 4th in QBR. He's having a fantastic season. And, we have another good quarterback on the other side of the equation as well.
And we will get to him when Florida takes over on offense, but for now, it's all the Jacksonville Kings. They will give up the middle to the fullback, Iggy Swift, who piles forward for first down yardage. And let's go through this full Jacksonville Kings offense. Christian Christensen, Jared Willis, and Iggy Swift make up the back 3. Grayson Willis, Mike St. Green, and Ken Gossett are your outside receiving threats, along with the tight end, Jack Wall, and Anthony Cece. They call him automatic, does the kicking. Did miss one last week, but is a good kicker nonetheless. Christensen, 5-step drop on first down, finds Ken Gossett for 9.5 before Gossett is rocked.
Yeah, Gossett, one of the SFL's all-time best in receiving, 3rd in yards, over 11,000 for his career. Picks up about 9 3/4 there and brings up a 2nd in inches.
They will go 2 in the backfield, spread look again, 3-3 here out of Florida. Here is Christensen on a short drop. Will throw the out route, tipped up and almost taken. Had the chance at it. Eric Hammer could not wrap the hands around it.
Eric Hammer could have came up with a big early turnover right there. That ball, luckily for if you're a Jacksonville fan, falls incomplete. 3rd and inches here. I mean, you have 2 stud running backs in Willis and Swift. Let's see if they go to them here on 3rd and about a half a foot.
They went to Swift earlier in the contest, have not given it to Jared Willis just yet. They will give Willis on the stretch play, left with room. Jared Willis, first down to the 48.
Big cut to the outside. Jared Willis had a great block there from Ken Gossett Jr. to pick up some extra yards. A good start and opening drive here for Jacksonville. We'll see if they can keep this momentum going.
Have taken 2 minutes off the clock as well. Something that I'm sure Jacksonville won't mind is that they're, with a tie score, taking some time off the clock, giving less time to this Florida offense. Late blitz coming from Florida. Christensen fires, and it's in and out of the hands of Mike St. Green. Defender might have got a hand to it. And let's run through this Florida Storm defense. Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, and Alex Dominguez make up the front three. Eric Hammer, Maverick Hughes are the linebackers. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, and Adam Jones, the cornerbacks. Ryan Tobin and Andrew Francis are the safeties. Marcus Agrippa does the punting for this Florida Storm team when they need to give the ball back to the other squad. Christensen, 5-step drop on 2nd and 10. Will just throw the outlet there to Jared Willis, and he will pick up 2 right to midfield.
Great coverage there. That was like a secondary dump off for Christensen. And you're talking about a team in Florida Storm. They have been in the top 4 in scoring defense since season 10. They've had 3/3, 2 seconds, a first, and their anomaly was season 13. They were 4th. So they are definitely a stingy defense to score on.
Man coverage here. Christensen pressured, just floats, and it's underneath and incomplete. Was just trying to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Pressure was in the face nearly immediately, and the Jacksonville first drive stalls out.
Falls out of midfield. Pressure placed there at a 6'7", 312 defensive tackle, Deontay White. That's going to set up the punting unit for Jacksonville. Let's see if Howard McCoy can pin them inside the 10.
Snap back, punt is away, and it'll be fair caught by Florida at the 12-yard line. The I-95 rivalry. Gerald, these teams sit in the same state yet are so far away. They are a total of 326 miles spread betwixt them on that west coast. Take you 4.5 hours on I-95. You got to drive through Daytona, Port St. Lucie, West Palm in order to get from one to the other. And this Florida Storm have made the trip, and now they set up on offense. Flip out here to J.W. Doyle, who runs through a couple defenders and picks up 7.
W. Doyle coming in with actually more receptions than carries. 37 to 36, now has 38 receptions on the year. Brings up a 2nd and 3 for the Florida offense at their own 18.
This Florida Storm team beat the Mavericks last week 27-16, and now will look to try and defeat Jacksonville on the road en route to the playoffs. Cochran will stand and throw on 2nd and 3. This one out to the back. Charlie Beletsky, and he will pick up the first down, and we'll run through this full Florida Storm offense. Ron Cochran, the quarterback. Beletsky there is the halfback. J.W. Doyle, the fullback, introduce you to himself as well. Stephen Bush, Jeff Como, and E.J. Minson are the receiving threats, along with Veridin Zarkov, the tight end. Joseph Wade and Greg McDonaldson are the offensive line at center and tackle, respectively. And Ethan Sneed does the kicking for the Storm. Pressure on Cochran, and down he goes. He got the ball away, won't be a sack, but Tyquan Hale supplies the pressure.
Tyquan Hale is applying the pressure, trying to get his 6.5 sack of the year. Cochran's able to get rid of the ball just in the nick of time before he takes that sack. Comes up to 2nd and 10.
Some press coverage coming here from Jacksonville. 4 wide, free play here for Florida. Cochran, beautiful pass across the middle. Open receiver is Stephen Bush, and that will move the chains, and they will most likely decline this penalty, Gerald.
Oh, decline the penalty. Like you said, a beautiful pass there. Stephen Bush right across the middle. And going back to the quarterback, Ron Cochran, he's having a great year as well. As you can see there, Tyquan Hale gets flagged for doing penalty, but 78% completion percentage for Cochran, a 97.6 QBR. Both SFL leaders in those categories is having a fantastic year.
Two in the backfield. They do like to run the running backs out in routes out of this formation, but they run Boletsky up the middle for 5 on a run play, and let's go through this Jacksonville defense. Mike All, Tyquan Hale, and A.G. Pennypacker, along with Hunter Norwood, are the defensive linemen. Clay Jones, Keenan Samuels, and Jay Mart, the linebackers. Rain Rowe, Michael Sprouse, Bernard Gooden, Succo Lamano, and Alex Bond are the secondary members for this Kings team playing at home. Handoff, J.W. Doyle, cut down at the 43, 2 yards shy of pay dirt.
Tackle there by Bernard Gooden. Coming up to a big third down here for Florida, just on their side of midfield. They pick up a first down here. 1 for 2 so far in the game.
They like to run the PA 43 sprint out of this. They will just run a normal play. This one tipped up and incomplete. There is a flag, though, and the question is, did they interfere with J.W. Doyle? It's tough, Gerald. What are your thoughts?
It might be a defensive pass interference call. I believe it's going to be on number 58, Clay Jones there. That might have been a little bit ticky-tacky. We've seen a couple ticky-tacky pass interference calls here in the last couple weeks. But either way, it's going to move the chains there for Florida and coming into Jacksonville territory.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a replay on that one. I agree with you. I think it was a little tight to be calling a penalty on that one in the first drive of the game. Although, if they call it fair, then we'll see. Here is Cochran looking to throw, moves up in the pocket. That'll count as a run play, but he's tackled from behind by Mike Owl, pickup of 2.
Their presence there to step up in the pocket, just avoiding a sack and actually being able to gain 2 yards there to bring up 2nd and 8. That's a veteran move there by the 8th season veteran.
Cochran and Christensen know each other well. They've played for a couple of championships against one another. Cochran got the better of Christensen in those games. See if he can do the same today. Pumps one, stands in the pocket, delivers across the middle, complete. Stephen Bush down to the 31.
Of the pump fake, freezes the linebacker, gets a little bit more space to throw the ball to Stephen Bush. You see that beautiful pass. So just right where only he can get it. Great throw, as you were mentioning. Florida is 3-0 in the playoffs against Jacksonville. As you mentioned, 2 of those games were in title games, season 10 and season 11.
Give up the middle. Boletsky dances a little bit and will pick up 3. And that's interesting to note, Gerald, between these two teams that Florida has had the edge in some of the games, in the biggest games on the biggest stage, but both of these teams heading to the playoffs this season, you almost consider this a playoff game.
Almost like a play-in game for like the national NCAA championship that we just had here in the month of March. It definitely feels like an atmosphere, a playoff atmosphere.
And a playoff play with a sack there from Hunter Norwood to drop Florida back to the 31.
That puts the big boy, Hunter Norwood, a half a sack away from the century mark. Big play there to bring up 3rd and 10 here at the 31.
4 receivers wide. Got to watch the play action crossing the middle here. Cochran, single back offset to the left, will throw. All slants will fire, and it's knocked away. Incomplete there. The play made by Jay Mart to stall the drive out at the 31.
Great play by the rookie, coming in with 67 tackles. That would be his 5th pass deflection of the season. Looking for Jeff Como, and the field goal unit will be coming out here for Florida. Ethan Sneed for an attempt 49-yard field goal.
So Jacksonville's defense bends but does not break. Florida moves the ball from their end of the field all the way down to the 31 on their opening drive, but cannot find the end zone. Instead, they will send Ethan Sneed out for what looks to be about a 47-yard field goal attempt here early in the first quarter of today's game. Holder is Mike Hatt. High snap is corralled. Sneed sends the boot to it, and this one is good from 48 yards. Florida, a 3-0 lead.
To cash it on that drive, puts it through the uprights. 3-0 lead for Florida. We're going to see Christensen and the rest of this Jacksonville Kings offense, if they can get past the midfield stripe here for the first time in the game.
13 plays, 60-yard drive. Ron Cochran goes 4 of 6 for 66% completion percentage. Stephen Bush, 2 of those grabs, 3 carries on the ground, and Florida is able to convert for 3 points on the field goal. And now Jacksonville will take back over. Christensen, Gerald, 3 of 6 to start this game. In this season, he's second best in the league in completion percentage at 74%, right behind the man on the other side of the field, Ron Cochran.
Both of these quarterbacks are in the top 10 for their career, not only for the season stats, but also for their career. They're very similar paths and have played the similar amount of seasons, 8.
Jared Willis continuing to will his way for yards, picks up the first down.
They're using him out of the backfield a lot so far in this first quarter. That's his second catch there. Nice little shoulder just to knock down the defender and gain some extra yards and that first down. Both these teams have coming out and are playing hard here in this first quarter.
Yeah, second best in the SFL in receptions. Jared Willis with 100-plus catches this season. He takes that one there and is down to the 36. Single back offset to the right, 3 wide here. Slants play is caught. That is Jack Wall, who picks up 9.
That completed. That ball was behind Jack Wall, but he somehow finds his way to get his hand on the football. One-handed catch, bringing it up 2nd and 1. I love the dinking and dunking here by Jacksonville, but they do have those deep bits in Willis and Green.
Bunch, single receiver to the bottom here, 4 total, and that throw is pressured. Alex Dominguez was able to supply some heat, and it'll bring up 3rd and a yard.
Actually, there swats the ball down, brings up a big 3rd and 1 here towards Jacksonville. You're going to see another run here. I love to see Iggy Swift. Iggy Swift is great at these 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2s. Expecting the ball to Willis, but if Iggy Swift can get the job done as well.
They will change the play at the line here. Wall is the tight end, 2 in the backfield. They will give Willis, trying to stretch it, not going to get there. Alex Dominguez, a big threat, comes up and makes the play.
All-time leader in tackles for loss, 245. Puts another tick in that column. Brings up 4th down, and again, this Florida defense stops Jacksonville on this other side of the 50 for the punt.
And it puts the pressure, ratchets it up a notch as, let's see, Gerald, what Jacksonville might be playing for today. Important game for them as they try and clinch a bye.
They have to win and get a little bit of help from LA and an upset with DC beating Baltimore. They could, like I said, fall as far as the 10 seed, having to play on the road that first week. So it's a big game for Jacksonville.
Yeah, they got to have this one, and obviously the pressure rises when they give the ball back to Florida, down by 3. Cochran, deep shot, almost taken away.
Ball was a little bit underthrown. That ball was just a couple yards further. That could have been a great completion, but they're coming to the hurry up.
Short drop, throw out to Doyle, drop for a loss of 1. Now they're going back to the line.
Tackle made there by Jay Mart. Great pursuit there on coverage.
Twins top of the screen, Cochran under center with Boletsky and Doyle. 5-step drop. He's going to heave one down the field. Caught! Wide open receiver! And that is going to move the ball to the 48.
It's made by E.J. Minson. They're on the other side of the 50. Once again, they're seeing something in this defense that they like.
Cochran saunters up to the line, taking his time. He made everyone else run, and he will walk. Handoff, J.W. Doyle picks up 2.
You're the offensive lineman. If you're Joseph Wayne, Greg McDonaldson, 6'8", 350, hey, we're hustling up to the line. Come on, Cochran. Get your prima donna butt up here. But just nice, calm, and cool. That's what Ron Cochran does at 2nd and 8.
Heavy formation here. Nickel look out of Jacksonville. And a throw here from Florida. Toss out to J.W. Doyle. He'll be tackled a yard shy of the line to gain.
That was a generous spot. I didn't think he got past the 40. Either way, it's a 3rd and 1, and Florida is knocking on the door once again. I think they're just inside Snead's range. I mean, it'll be a 57 yards, but they need to get this first down to get them closer.
3-3 look, give to Boletsky, and he will not get there. Jacksonville comes up to make the play. Huge tackle on the outside. I think it was Clay Jones who strung him out, and it might have been Bernard Gooden that knocked him down.
Bernard Gooden looked like Mike Hall was in there as well here. 4th and 1 at the 39, and it looks like they're going to go for it here.
Offense still out on the field. 3-3 look here out of Jacksonville. A big play if the Storm decide to snap it. They do. J.W. Doyle, first down carry right up the gut.
That's just a heart play right there.
Huge play for Florida will take us to the end of the first. 3-0. The Storm on top of the Jacksonville Kings right here on the road. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to Jacksonville, Florida. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice. J.L. Browning is on stats for us. Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green behind the scenes and getting us ready for all the action today. Flip out here from Florida. E.J. Minson, plenty of room, spins, has the first down yardage to the 24 and a little bit more than that.
I love that play call. Just a couple crossing routes. Just confuses the secondary. Alex Bond just gets burnt right there, but comes up with the tackle on the rebound. But he was wide open there in the flat. Great play call. First 10 for 24.
Early here, second quarter, Florida's first drive went for 3 points. Jacksonville could not answer, and now 3-0 with Florida with the ball at the Jacksonville 24. Give right up the middle. Boletsky has 9.5 yards all the way down to the 14.
Bullet, they call him, coming in 17th, rushing with 763 yards. Does have 8 touchdowns, also 3 in the air, so a double-digit touchdown for the rookie. Great opening season for the young man.
3 wide here. And Cochran, short drop, has to avoid Norwood and almost threw it right to the defense. Dangerous pass. Clay Jones knocks it away.
Tried to do that boat pass that Tim Tebow made famous in Florida, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and inches, just outside 10-yard line here for Florida. Let's see if they can get a first down here or punch it in.
Split back, Stephen Bush offset to the right. 4-2 look here out of Jacksonville. They will give it up the middle. Boletsky has that and more down to the 8-yard line, breaking through.
Florida Storm offensive line with Joseph Wade, Greg McDonaldson, and the rest of the crew just opening holes up here for Charlie Boletsky to get to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. Florida is on the move.
Here they give it to Boletsky, stretches it out under pressure, and he will get dropped in the backfield.
Great pursuit. Bernard Gooden just stringing Boletsky to the outside and waiting for help. He gets help in that outside linebacker, Jay Mark, coming up with the stop. A loss of 2, back to the 10.
He will put a gun split twins outside to the right. Here is Cochran, short drop, quick throw, caught, but well short of the end zone. Now a hurry up on 3rd down.
They play the ball so a little bit behind them. Let's see what we do here on 3rd and 5.
Shotgun snap. They will flip it out. Doyle cannot keep the feet. And Jacksonville, another drive that they hold Florida out of the end zone.
Definite win for the Jacksonville defense as Florida was coming down the field in a hurry. But they don't break, and they're going to hold them to another field goal. And that's usually because it keeps it a 1-score game. A win for the Jacksonville defense once again in this football game.
Snead on to try and send this one through, his 2nd attempt of the day, trying to extend the lead to 6. Kick up, and the chip shot field goal is good. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional esports and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on this virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website, simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, and we are putting players and people alike on the field. Our SFL minor league season starts soon. We'll get to that later in today's game. Mike St. Green with a return here off the left side to the 21, and Jacksonville will bring their offense back out.
Jacksonville was struggling a little bit on offense. Christian 5 for 9 for 39 yards. Ed Willis 2 carries for only 2 yards. Has been a threat out of the backfield, catching the football. 3 catches for 21 yards. D. Swift, 1 catch, 1 run for 3 yards.
Their defense has kept them in this game to this point. Still only a single score would put them ahead. Toss across the middle is incomplete. They were trying to float one, and right there to bat it away was Jimmy Menjivar.
Menjivar up what it was going to be completed there and have some running room there for Ken Gossett Jr. But great late reaction. Swat that ball away.
We'll set up 2nd and 10 here. 8:33 to go in the second. Both teams playoff bound. The question is just, will they have to play in the first round? And if so, are they playing at home or on the road? Jacksonville can drop super deep, and Florida trying to play for a bye. Here is Christensen to throw. Sidearm toss is complete down to the 33, able to find Willis.
Jason Willis, that's his 70th catch of the season. Coming in was 2nd on the third on the team behind Willis and Ken Gossett. So great catch right there. And you see Florida already has a bye lock. Are they going to fall with 2 or 3?
Split spread here. Toss to Mike St. Green is good for 4 yards. That's the shortest 4 yards I've ever seen, Gerald. Look more like 2 to me.
I got a good spot there once again. They're being a little bit generous here on this Sunday morning. Maybe they're not awake yet.
3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Single back is Jared Willis against a heavy defensive look. They will give Willis off this left side. Willis through 2. Jared Willis pushing his way to a first down. He ran through half the Storm defense.
Storm in front, and he just plows through it. As you see, look like he was going to stop right at the line of scrimmage right here. Puts his shoulder down, breaks 1 tackle here, breaks another tackle right there, and comes up and absolutely obliterates Eric Hammer to get that first down. What a power run there for Jared Willis.
Never hit the ground, was able to run out of bounds, and if you're Florida, you got to be a little dejected at that fact that you couldn't get the running back on the ground. New set of downs here for the Kings against a 3-3 look out of Florida. Christensen fires on the out route, complete. Kenny G outside to the 46.
Just outside the reach of Ryan Tobin. Kenny G gets 9 3/4 again. Brings up 2nd and inches. This is, I think, the best Jacksonville's looked offensively so far in this game.
Christensen, 8 of 13 today, has hit all of his star receivers, and will give it to Willis up the middle. Jared Willis was a couple tackles away from being off to the races.
And looks like Warren O'Hara was injured on the play. We're going to check on his injury here in a little bit. Jared Willis is just humming to play, just laying the lumber. He doesn't also, he just likes to hit. Doesn't like to be hit, but he loves to drop that shoulder and put defenders on their backside.
I believe that will put either Lane John or James Dunn into action on the Jacksonville offensive line. Christensen outside is complete. Ken Gossett for 3. That injury could, Gerald, affect the run game. We'll have to see how it plays out.
It could affect where Willis will run the football. The backups could make a big difference. But that throw right there by Christensen was absolutely on the money.
Also got to wonder about how that affects Alex Dominguez up the middle, the big defensive tackle for Florida. Christensen pressured a little bit underneath. Throw is complete there. Catch made by Gossett, and they'll be 3 yards within moving the chains.
Can Gossett show here on this set of downs? It's 3rd and 3. There's so many weapons for Jacksonville. I'd like to see maybe Mike St. Green over the middle, or just a swing pass to Jared Willis.
They will throw. Christensen, beautiful out route, scripted well, and Willis has the first down yardage. Gerald, I was going to say that out route at the bottom looked really good if they could throw it. They found it in the playbook, and Christensen drops the dime.
Beautiful execution on that play. Gets the first down. Their deepest drive in to Florida territory. Let's see if they can put it in the end zone.
3-4 look again out of Florida. Split pro look. Wall on the line. Slants play. The throw is collected. Oh, Ken Gossett, stretch out for it, young fella.
Used all of that reach that he has. Get that first down. 6'4", 220. Coming across the middle. Great catch. First down at the 18.
Like Mrs. Incredible with the stretch-o arms there. Now a split spread look, Gossett. Oh, how did he get that one in? It's Mike St. Green who hauls it in, but Christensen really was tempting fate with that throw.
Christensen feeling it. How that ball got in the hands of Mike St. Green, we will never know. Went through like half the Storm defense. It finds its way into Mike St. Green's arms. That's the 2nd and 1.
Weak-eyed Twins look against a 3-4. They will give to Willis, and Willis down to the 3. 1st and goal, Jacksonville.
Great blocking out there by Lane John to seal that outside. Coming up 1st and goal at the 3. Jacksonville knocking on the door to taking the lead in this ballgame.
Bunch formation, bottom of the screen. Willis, the lone back. Goal line look out of Florida. They give Willis right side, cut down.
Great pursuit there. Maverick Hughes with the tackle, strafing down the line. Loss of 1. Let's see if Florida's defense can pull off of Jacksonville, keep them out of the end zone.
Maverick Hughes, the rookie, finding his way into the playoffs this season by way of the Florida Storm. 2nd round pick, 36th overall with the tackle. Christensen to throw, fires offline. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or just a bad throw.
Might have been a bad throw. I think he didn't see we were going toward the back of the end zone. Thought he was going to cut the route shorter. Either way, it's 3rd and goal here for Florida's defense. And they rise to the occasion.
They've stopped Jacksonville a couple times on their drives trying to score. Can they stop them here? Here is Christensen back in the end zone. Oh, they're going to say Willis was out. We'll have to look at it.
That's really close. I thought he got that left foot down. See if they're going to challenge it there. It doesn't look like they are. The Red Hank.
I think it's worth it.
Hey, if you're Jacksonville, you need to challenge that call. I mean, it's going from either a 4th seed, possibly a 10th seed. So I would have thrown the challenge flag right there.
And here at the end of the 2nd, you don't have much to lose. The timeout would not necessarily burn you too much. Instead, they will send Anthony Cece on to try and cut this lead in half. The kick from Cece is good from 21, and it is now 6-3. Jacksonville getting back into it.
Both defenses have come to play today, not allowing anybody in the paint so far in this first half. 6-3 ball game. Both offenses haven't played bad. Just that when the defense needs to hold, they shore up and don't let them in the end zone. Let's see what Florida can do on the next drive.
Kick is away. The Storm will bring it out of the end zone here off this right-hand side. Still moving his feet. Como out to the 21. And that is where Ron Cochran, will bring this offensive unit back out. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for broadcast schedules to discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news. Let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy the broadcast each week by using the hashtag #MakeAnImpact. Thanks for your support and viewership. New set of downs here for Cochran and the offense. Hit as he threw, but is able to deliver. Bush on the sidelines. 1st down to the 32.
Talk about staring down the barrel of a blitz. He got rocked right as he let go of the football. Found his receiver for a nice 11-yard gain. A 1st down.
Over-under today set at 54.5. Gerald, we're not quite on a blistering pace to get there just yet. The second half would be wild if that's where we're going. Cochran here moves in the pocket, fires on the corner route. Stephen Bush again.
Bush with a great catch to turn upfield. 2 plays are already on Jacksonville's side of the 50. As Mr. Cole Cochran comes right up to the line.
4-step drop, pressure again. This time fires out to the far side, and that's collected for 9.
Under the hurry up, they see something in Jacksonville's defense that they're exploiting. 3 straight completions, 3 straight 1st downs.
Cochran pressure, dumps it out to Beletsky, who's cut down by Rowe in the backfield.
Big open field tackle by Ray Rowe here to get the 3rd and 2. Can Florida make a 1st down here?
3-3 look out of the defense. Pressure coming. Cochran floats off the back foot, and it's caught by Veridin Zarkov to the 27.
A great step up in the pocket there. Cochran just floats it to Veridin Zarkov. gets a first down here. He's stepping up. Nice little float. It looked like he was going to go downfield, but saw out of the corner of his eye Zarkov breaking free. Just floated that ball beautifully to him. At the 27, they're in field goal range already. Let's see if someone from Florida can punch this ball into the end zone.
The style here for Jacksonville seems to be not getting upset about first downs, but instead just trying to keep the Storm out of the end zone. Cochran, shotgun snap, will stand and deliver underneath E.J. Minson, good for 5.
Hairline fracture of the finger may return. He's probably just going to get that just all stitched up and taped together and put some dirt on it, kid, and get back in the game.
Probably should have got a haircut before the game to avoid that fracture, huh, Gerald?
I'll let you have that one. I'll let you have that one.
That's my one. 3-3 look here out of Jacksonville. Cochran short drop pumps once in, dropped in the backfield. Tyquan Hale with a huge sack.
Big sack for Tyquan Hale, number 108 on his career. We have some absolutely great defensive players here in this football game, which we'll get to later here in the second half.
4 wide here on 3rd and 9, but not before the 2-minute warning. Florida on top, 6-3. And when we come back, they face 3rd and 9. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans. Jacksonville, Florida, the site of today's game, and a huge 3rd and 9 for the Florida Storm. 4 wide again, Boletsky the lone back. Cochran, 7-step drop, fires underneath, it's caught, but tackled short of the sticks. The Jacksonville Kings hold again.
With the open field tackle, and as you mentioned, Jacksonville's defense doesn't break once again. It's going to bring out Ethan Snead for his 3rd field goal attempt of the ball game. This one from 37.
Mr. Snead is on to try and boot this one through. They will let the time kind of squeeze off the clock here. 1:22 and ticking here in the second quarter before Mr. Snead will send this one up. A little bit of a low snap is corralled, and the kick from Ethan Snead is money from 37, now 9-3.
Like defensive football games, you have come to the right place as we see the ball hit the net. Up here with $1:14 left to go.
And they will send it back. Mike St. Green awaits the kick as the Storm have extended the lead back up to 6, but Florida's given up a field goal to the Jacksonville Kings that was a little questionable. Could have been a touchdown depending on a review. And now St. Green will bring it out to the 24. Coming up on the SFL halftime report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green himself break down the first half between the Storm and the Kings and recap yesterday's thrilling action on Next Level Sports. It's all coming up on the SFL halftime report. They're also going to look at the playoffs and ahead a little bit to Wild Card Weekend. The playoffs looming as a dark cloud over the head of a lot of teams. Not over these two teams. Both of them are in. The question is just who and where will they play? Here is Christensen. Fires! Almost paid the price. Eric Hammer was right there.
Nice deflection by Eric Hammer. Could have easily have picked that one off, but it falls to the turf. 2nd and 10 here. If you're Jacksonville, I like to see them throw the ball a little bit deeper here. The $1.4 with a $1.7 to go.
Yeah, I would like to see them keep the clock moving as well. If you don't score on this drive, at very least, go into the half only down by a single score. 67 seconds left here in the second quarter. Single back offset to the right. Christensen fires underneath. Wow. Really threaded the needle there with the completion to Gossett, making it 3rd and 4.
That ball whistled by the ear hole of Adam Jones. I don't know how he didn't hear that ball go past him. 3rd and 4 here, and they're letting the time come down here. I'm surprised with all 3 timeouts that they have.
Yeah, a little nervous about this 3rd and 4. It seems they are. If they don't pick it up, want to make sure there's not a lot of time left. Christensen fires and throws a pick. Erased, and Florida takes the football back with plenty of room. There is a penalty flag, but for the time being, Adam Jones has a huge interception to turn the tide.
A personal foul.
And I believe that'll be either a clip or a block in the back. Gerald, sometimes the referees call those wrong, and we'll see if we see a replay, but I think that interception will stand. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, that's a block in the back right there.
That's a block in the back. It shouldn't nullify interception as we see Bolesky on the field. It does push them back to the 46, but now they have all 3 timeouts. 35 seconds. You can use the middle of the field here. Let's see if Florida can extend the lead right before the half.
Yeah, Jacksonville going to try and keep that from biting them. Here is Cochran going to flip it out to J.W. Doyle. Excuse me, that's Boletsky, but still polished there on the other end.
You might think he's J.W. Doyle after that hit. A great hit. Take him at the decleater if there ever is one. 31 seconds. Boletsky's like, hey, Ron, can we not call that play again, please? That kind of hurt.
Decleater, 2nd and 9 from the 45. 3-3 look here out of Jacksonville. Cochran to throw. Corner route. Wide open. Veridin Zarkov races down the sideline to the 8. Huge play for the tight end, the big man.
Biggest play for this Florida offense. You see Veridin Zarkov somehow gets behind the secondary. Looked like he had released and thought he was going to get some help over the top. Did not get it. And again, a touchdown saving tackle there by Bernard Gooden. Gets him down to inside the 10. You got to give me that one, and I gave you your hairline one. Come on.
That's a good one, man. Veridin Zarkov, a nice corner route, and you saw Bernard Gooden there hit the oh crap button and chase back to tackle him at the 8. 24 seconds to go in the second. We'll see if Jacksonville can regroup. Here's Cochran to throw, pressured. He's going to get it out to J.W. Doyle, and Doyle embarrasses a defender, but stepped out at the 4.
Bernard Gooden again. This time he gets knocked down. He gives Doyle a tap on the helmet, says good hit. 19 seconds left. They're at the 4. Is it possible that Jacksonville's defense once again to keep Florida out of the end zone here? 19 seconds. Have one more timeout. We have plenty of time.
Nickel look. Here is Cochran adjusting the play at the line. 5-step drop for Ron. Fires far side, and that is caught. Touchdown, E.J. Minson. The first touchdown of the game goes to the Storm.
Cash in on turnover by Christensen. Great little pass there, just looking him off and just outside the outstretched hands of Bernard Gooden. Once again, was involved in the last 3 plays here. But great continuity there by Florida to get to the end zone here to extend their lead to possibly 16-3.
Storm players getting excited in the chat as they have extended their lead to a huge amount considering all that they've been through in this first half. The interception late here turns into a touchdown and extra point for the Storm. 16-3, a 13-point lead, 2 scores.
That's the only blemish right now in the ballgame. The only turnover in the ballgame for Jacksonville, who came in with the best turnover ratio at plus 13. That drops to plus 12. But man, what a job there by the Florida offense to finally get to the end zone here and not leave Jacksonville any time on the clock.
Yeah, only turnover in the game results in the only touchdown of the game. And now with 15 seconds left, Mike St. Green will take a knee. And Gerald, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Jacksonville got the ball to start this game, did they not?
I believe you are correct. You get the score. It's the typical, I hate to say it's the New England way. Get the ball right before the half, score, get the ball in the third quarter and score. And you can really take control of the football game now.
Discount double up for Florida if they are able to keep Jacksonville out of scoring range. Hit as he threw. That is ruled a fumble. And Jared Willis is Johnny on the spot and able to fall on it. Eric Hammer was fighting him there for it.
If you're Jacksonville, you just let this timer out. You had a couple of really bad plays in the half.
16-13 at the halftime break. Storm on top. They've gotten a little lucky here at the end of the half. And when we come back, we will have the SFL halftime report with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans.
Welcome to the SFL Halftime Report along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and we've got a lot of ball games going on right now. We're going to get the scores updated get that corrected. But Florida leads Jacksonville 16-3 at the half. Your thoughts on the first half, Mike?
Basically, Cam, the half was pretty much totally dominated by Florida in this first half. Jacksonville is yet to force a punt. They did get a couple of sacks from Hunter Norwood and Tyquan Hale, which is a kind of surprise as well. Cochran had only been sacked 16 times coming into this game. So, yeah, those 2 big sacks have really helped Jacksonville out, at least to try to slow Florida down a little bit. Florida has done a really, really good job in the passing game. In particular, the hurry-up offense have caused Jacksonville problems this entire first half.
Both teams very methodical with the football, but Florida's had more successful drives than Jacksonville in that methodical offense. That's basically been the difference. Okay, so here's the updated playoff picture here, and bear with us because it's kind of crazy around here, as it always is. But I want to make an interesting point. After yesterday, a bit of good news for Las Vegas. They still have a shot at a home playoff game because, believe it or not, they, in a 2-way tie with St. Louis, they won the head-to-head outright. So even though St. Louis is a division winner, they would have the home game, and they would play St. Louis again in that 8-9 matchup if the playoffs started today. Let's start there, Mike.
Yeah, that would be a huge leg up for Las Vegas to finally host a playoff game and a home game in the playoffs. But I will point out one thing with St. Louis from yesterday. St. Louis went on the road in a big win or lose or go home game, and went on the road and beat Tulsa yesterday after Tulsa had previously beat them at home in the previous matchup. And so, as you know, Las Vegas beat St. Louis in St. Louis a couple weeks ago. Maybe St. Louis get a chance to return the favor.
Now, the bottom of the bracket is not settled. Houston plays Wednesday against London in a makeup game from earlier this season. London has nothing to play for except to get their 5th win that they thought they had against Houston earlier in the season. The Hyenas win, they're in. If they lose, they're out. It's that simple. So today, Lone Star and Los Angeles have a chance to protect themselves from being eliminated by Houston. Arizona does not, even after their blowout against Sioux Falls. They have to wait.
Yeah, Lone Star, Los Angeles, definitely on win or end situations. That's the best way to be. You control your own destiny, but they're both going to have uphill battles. Los Angeles, playing for the division title against Vancouver. Lone Star playing division winner and already playoff, bound Fort Worth. So it's going to be a tough uphill battle for both teams. But hey, at least they control their own destiny later today.
Let's touch on Denver for a moment. Mike, the first team in SFL history to win 11 games in 3 different seasons. They completed a 20-point comeback yesterday. They were down 27-7. Mexico City also in that top 4. They were down 21 in the 4th quarter and completed that comeback. But Denver, it's just kind of unbelievable. I mean, they were dead and gone in that game. It just shows what a great team that is.
Yeah, great team in Denver. They've been the top team in this league for over the past 2 seasons. They fell short of a championship last season, but this team has only lost, Cam, 2 regular season games over the past 2 seasons. And right now, nobody's, I don't feel like anybody even close to this team right now. I mean, they seem to always have the right answers, push the right buttons. And as long as you have, Jared McChesney, you are always in any ball game as far as Denver is concerned.
So as the day goes along, we will keep you posted on anything we find out in terms of who's clinched or any kind of playoff matchups in the wild card game that have been decided, right? That we could have, a 8-9 matchup, 7-10 matchup that's kind of locked in, and we can get that finalized for Saturday. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Florida leads 16-3 at the half over Jacksonville, but that is still a very close game. Charleston, Carolina kicking off here very shortly. Fort Worth, Lone Star, LA, Vancouver. Those are very, very big games, and those come up later today on For the Fans and Next Level Sports. For now, we'll take a commercial break, and we'll send it back to Jacksonville for the second half between the Storm and the Kings. This has been the SFL Halftime Report, and you're watching the SFL on For the Fans.
Welcome back to Jacksonville, Florida in this morning game between the Florida Storm and the Jacksonville Kings. The Battle of High 95 is resurrected here between Jacksonville and Florida, the Storm and the Kings. I am Andy Hamilton, and joining me in the booth is Gerald Giudicelli, JL Browning running the stats for us, Cameron Irvine producing the game behind the scenes, and we are ready, Gerald, for second half action.
As you see the ball taken there by Jeff Como, taking a knee in the end zone, coming out to the 20. Big drive here for Florida. If they can somehow put this ball in the end zone like they did at the end of the first half, they could really take control of this game and solidify themselves number 2 seed in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Give right side Boletsky, who will spin once and pick up 4, and you hit the nail on the head. One score could really put this thing out of hand if Jacksonville is not careful.
The Jacksonville's got us just play their defense. I mean, the defense gave up that touchdown. It was with the pick, and it was on a short field. When they've had to go the length of the field, Florida's had trouble and had difficulty getting in the end zone. So they can just keep playing the way they're playing.
Gun split spread against a 3-3 look. Here is a deep shot from Cochran, and he paid the price. Oh, Bernard Gooden makes the veteran gunslinger pay, and Jacksonville a dream start to the second half.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered. That ball was underthrown. He takes a wallop there by Jeff Como. But either way, it's an interception for Bernard Gooden. Like you said, it's just what the doctor ordered for Jacksonville. Let's see if they can turn that turnover into a touchdown, just like Florida did.
Yeah, get Jeff Como a linebacker spot. That man can hit. Christensen pressured, has to unload, and he throws a pick right back to Florida. Down the sideline goes Ryan Davidson. He leads this team in interceptions, and he has another one. Back-to-back picks.
Great interception there. That he was just a little bit just going away there, just threw it across his body. And when you're, like you said yesterday in our game, when you're rolling right and you throw across your body to the left, only bad things can happen. And another turnover there for Christensen gives the ball right back to Florida.
All right, everyone just calm down. We're gonna make it through this second half. You, me, and Gerald, we're all gonna do it. Gun look again against a 3-3 here. Cochran steps in the pocket, throws this one underneath, and E.J. Minson complete 4-7. Gerald, going into this second half, Cochran was 20 of 25, or 20 of 24 before he threw that pick, becomes 20 of 25, and Christensen was 14 of 23 before throwing that pick, his second of the game, and we reset here at the 39. Both quarterbacks add an interception to their tally for the day. Here is the give right up the middle, and J.W. Doyle, first down yardage.
Yeah, Cochran, 81.5% completion percentage for the game. Absolutely amazing. Christensen struggling a little bit at 58.3. Cochran, 200 yards right now for the game. And they're just trying to calm themselves down here after a couple of early turnovers here in the third.
Give right up the middle, Boletsky with room. Boletsky spins, dances, and has first down yardage to the 26.
Big tackles. If he'd got that spin move, I think he'd have been going to the end zone here. Boletsky, just great blocking up front. You see, just coming through a big hole there. And Rain Rie just slowed him down just enough for Alex Bond to finish him off. A big play there for Florida. Gets them a first down out to 26.
3-4 look here out of Jacksonville. Cochran looking to throw, will just dump it off to Boletsky, and he will lose a yard.
Loss of one for Boletsky. And if you notice, John Cochran is not throwing the ball anywhere near Succo Lamano, who has the most interceptions in the league so far this year with 13. I think that's a great play design there by Max Paul, not tempting fate there going after Succo Lamano.
Trips tight here to the top of the screen. Free look out of Jacksonville. Here's Cochran to throw. Just a quick out there is caught by Como for 4.
Nice little short routes here. Picks up 3rd and 6. I think Cochran just looking just to maybe just protect the football here. Think a couple yards here if they can get like a 4-yard pass and have the receiver take it a first down. But I think they just want to just take it easy here and not create another turnover here and make sure they get points on the board of this drive.
3 wide, single back is Beletsky. Cochran, deep drop, throws underneath, caught and short of the sticks. The tackle is made there by Clay Jones on Stephen Bush, and it will bring out a 4th down.
Nice safe throw to Stephen Bush. Could not break the tackle to get that first down. It's going to bring out Ethan Sneed with, again, just a relatively short field goal, 33, 34 yards here. While it will still be a 2-score game, it will be 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions here for Jacksonville, and will put them in a world of hurt.
Snap back for Minson, kick up and, for Sneed, kick up and on the way, and it is good. 19-3. Ethan Sneed adds to this lead.
His 4th field goal of the game, right down Broadway, extending the lead. Now can Christensen and this Jacksonville offense shake off that pick that he threw earlier in this quarter, try to find some way to get to their end zone here. But this game could be over right before the 4th.
Kick is away. Mike St. Green will bring it out of the end zone. St. Green runs into his blocker and will only get out to the 22. The SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or color commentary positions. No prior experience is required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found on our website, simulationfl.net/broadcasting. That's simulationfl.net/broadcasting to think about joining our broadcast team. Speaking of joining, Alex Dominguez joins Christensen in the back for a sack.
Big sack. They call him Big Sexy. Coming in 177 for his career. Just absolutely blows by the offensive lineman and gets that big sack. Not the way you want to start this drive. 2nd and 16.
They are Dominguez top in sacks and tackles for loss, standing over top of Tyquan Hale and Hunter Norwood on this Jacksonville defensive line. Christensen floats, intercepted, taken away by the Storm. The pick is made by Maverick Hughes, the rookie.
Maverick Hughes gets his first interception of his career, following Christensen's eyes, looking for Mike St. Green across the middle, and the 3rd interception of the game for Christensen, the 2nd of this quarter. That might prove to be the dagger that Jacksonville did not want to see.
Cochran will dump it out of the backfield to J.W. Doyle, picks up 7 to the 20, and Florida immediately threatening to make it a 3-score game.
They are already in field goal range with that little swing pass there. But like you were talking about defensive players, for Jacksonville, you have Tyquan Hale and Hunter Norwood. You have Tyquan Hale 2nd in sacks, Hunter Norwood 3rd, and it's just the reverse of it in tackles for loss. Hunter Norwood is 2nd, Tyquan Hale 3rd. You have great defensive players all time in the SFL here on the field in Jacksonville.
They will give Charlie Beletsky off the right side, will be tackled about an inch short by Jay Mart.
Boy, did the defensive line for Jacksonville get a push on that play. It looked like Beletsky was going to get stopped back, or they were getting the offensive lineman pushed back in his face, but somehow got around the outside to gain 3 yards, making it, like you said, within about an inch.
Handoff, Beletsky, first down and more, spins twice, and he's down to the 8.
Big hole up the middle, got the first down, and had more yards to spend before he was even hit. As you see the blocking right here, just absolute great blocking there. Guard pulling, blocking. J Mart, absolute picture perfect execution by the offensive line of Florida. They are knocking inside the 10 once again here, trying to put this game away.
Split backs, single receiver. Here's the give. Boletsky stuffed in the backfield. Looks like Thanksgiving with how much turkey just got stuffed there.
Yeah, Hunter Norwood with his tackle for loss there, increasing his total. That's a big play. He lost those 2 to get back to the 10 here. Jacksonville once again summoned up their defense here to hold them to another field goal.
3 receivers wide, single back offset to the right. Here is Cochran going to throw the out route. Ooh, deflected by Rain. Was it deflected or dropped? Gerald, you'll have to help me.
I think it might have been deflected because I don't even think Rain Reed had that, had his head turned around to look at the football. Either way, it's a great defensive play there to swat the ball away. Bring up 3rd and goal here at the 10.
Three look. Cochran stands in the gun. 4 receivers wide with Boletsky to his left. Play action for Ron Cochran, and that is well out of bounds. Just didn't have the room up there to the top of the screen.
And again, Jacksonville holds on. I don't know if you're, I don't know who really needs to be worried about right now. Is Jacksonville happy that they're holding them to field goals, or if you're Florida, are you concerned that you're not being able to put the ball in the end zone here on these drives, because that can come back to haunt you in the playoffs?
Today, I would say that Florida is not concerned. A 19-point lead here, as long as Snead can hit from 26 yards away as he lines up for it. Gerald, that would be a pretty significant lead, especially for a Jacksonville team, as Snead sends it up and through, that has struggled to find the end zone today. The one time they were within range, they opted not to challenge the play. And so now with a 19-point lead, I don't think it worries you today. And what I will say is Jacksonville is a playoff team. They're going to the playoffs. So if you can beat a playoff team handily on the road, with a score like this, not that the game is over, still plenty of game left to see how this goes, I would not be concerned about not being able to find the end zone against a good playoff team. When it comes down to the playoffs and teams that are this good, all it takes is a win. Any way that you can get that W is what counts.
Pushing and shoving up there at the top of the screen after the return by Mike St. Green. I was just thinking, just in the future, I mean, playoff teams will be watching this game, and they'll be noticing how to stop Florida trying to get to the end zone here. I mean, to me, it would be a little concerning. Not like you said, not today. I mean, they have a great lead here by 19 points. Just got to start converting those.
Christensen dumps out, backhanded catch by Willis will go for no yards. Visit the all-new SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how you can create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. 3 wide here for Christensen in the gun, and he will throw this one, a corner route, and he pays the price again. Davidson picks him off. Second interception for Ryan Davidson today, and the crowd is dead silent here in Jacksonville.
4th interception by Christensen, who was through the fewest coming into this game, throwing for us, now up to 20 on the season. And you're right, Jacksonville Stadium, Kings Lair, is absolutely silent here as they see their team down by 19 and threatening to be down more. Florida's offense back out on the field.
Nickel look here out of the Kings defense. They will give it to J.W. Doyle right up the middle. He gets nothing.
Great stop there by Keenan Samuels, coming up to make the stop in the hole. 2nd and 10. I think you're just going to see a nice little dose here of Boletsky and Doyle here. just bleed this clock down here and basically just smother Jacksonville out of this game.
This is why you have two backs in the backfield. They have obviously Doyle and now Charlie Boletsky, and Boletsky will lose a yard there, and Jacksonville trying to keep Florida out of field goal range. Need a big third down stop here as Penny Pecker makes that tackle.
Also one tackle for loss there for Mr. Pennypacker coming in. He only had 3 tackles for loss for the season. Comes up with a big one there. Making it 3rd and 11.
Here is Cochran, hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. Pennypacker again makes almost a single-handed stop for Jacksonville.
Great, just penetration just quickly. Cochran didn't even have a chance to take a drop before he got hit here. And it's going to bring out, looks like Agrippa coming in here to punt and pin them deep. And boy, Marcus Agrippa is so good at pinning teams inside their own 10. Let's see if he can do it again.
Gerald, literally the first time we've heard Marcus Agrippa's name get called. He's had a busy day so far. I say that very ironically. Kick is away, and this one, oh, unreal. Pins him right at the 1.
I'm a special teams guy. I love it, but when you can do that, that is such a great weapon, and it goes basically unnoticed sometimes. You see him get to the 20 and let them come out at the point. Marcus Agrippa is just so good at pinning people inside the 5. Amazing job again.
Everything hitting for Florida today. Here's the pressure on Christensen, unloads, and it's incomplete. Evan Carroll with the deflection.
Evan Carroll got some help there by the line judge right there, but either way it falls incomplete. And man, if you're Jacksonville, you're down 19, you have that special teams play to pin you at the 1, knowing that you have the end zone that you want 99 yards away, man. It's got to be disheartening.
Just got to get out of the shadow of your end zone here. 2nd and 10. They will give to Willis, and Willis gives them some breathing room up to the 4.
I think you might just want to run another play here, another running play. And if Willis can break through for a first down, that's fine. But you want to give your punters some room here and not have like a condensed line setup there for your punt. See what happens here on 3rd and 7 for this Jacksonville offense. They're 2 for 6 on 3rd down.
Storm playing some bump coverage here against a split spread. Here is Christensen looking to throw. Pumps once, can't find an open receiver. Finds Mike St. Green up to the 15-yard line.
What presence there, standing in the pocket. Just a lot of time as you saw the pocket collapsing around him, and somehow puts the ball where only Mike St. Green can get it. And great throw, pressure throw, high throw here, and a confident throw, even though he has 4 interceptions so far in the game.
3-3 look out of Florida. New set of downs for the Kings. Christensen pressured again. Unloads to Willis. Up the sideline. Jared Willis has 7.
laid one hit, but then gets upended there. 7-yard gain. Finally getting out the shadow there and up to the 22-yard line. And it's going to be tough sledding for Jacksonville here. Right now, they're looking somewhat better on this offensive drive.
Christensen short drop, fires on the X spot route to St. Green, and he picks up major yardage out to the 33, right in front of Max Ball.
I'm surprised that St. Green was that wide open there. Looks like they're playing off him, not wanting to get beat deep. And Christensen will take those short throws for 8 yards to get 15, 18 yards all day.
St. Green, one of the best third wide receivers this league has to offer, would be a 1 or a 2 on many teams, is the 3 here in Jacksonville. Flip out there to Ken Gossett. Gossett up the sideline. First down yardage. The quick out pays off.
Then you have a veteran, Ken Gossett, who has a great rapport with Christensen. You see that just can reach him back and get the football, run him through a tackle, and starting to get their own one. They're almost at midfield here. So a great drive right now for Jacksonville, especially for that man, Christensen.
pro look here, 4-3 look out of Florida. They give to Willis up the middle. Will pick up just 2 right to midfield.
The midfield stripe, as you see, big sexy there, Alex Dominguez, as you mentioned, #1 all-time in sacks and tackles for loss. Great veteran of 9 seasons here, and can really disrupt the pass protection and run defense, run blocking of an offensive line.
Christensen floats, collecting more first down yardage as this Florida defense has softened a little bit on this drive. That is Willis Grayson up to the 39.
Yeah, it seemed like they're just playing back and just all these underneath routes. And that's what Christian's doing. He's not trying to force the ball now. Being a little bit more precise with his passes, a little bit more protective with the football, and is paying in phase right now for the Kings.
High twins formation against a 4-3 look out of the Florida Storm. Chance here for Jacksonville. They will instead hand it off to Willis, and that is not going to happen.
Great stop there. You see Alessandro Tomaello getting that. A fellow Italian coming up with a stop there for a loss of 1 second and 11. Great tackle there, Paisan.
Actually, South American, I believe Argentina, correct? I don't know if Mr. Tomaello is here this morning, but if he is, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Argentina is where he is from. Float down the field, tipped away, incomplete. Oh, that was a weird-looking deflection from Ryan Tobin.
I'm taking him as Italian, so that's I'm drafted.
He's been fathered in, apparently.
Yeah, he's grandfathered in. As we come with 1 second left here in the third quarter, 3rd and 11. It's a big third down here for Jacksonville. 3 for 7. Picked up one earlier on this drive. They need another one here.
Here is the 3rd and 11 play. Christensen fires. Gossett well short at the 35. And I think that will take us to the end of the third. 22-3. The Florida Storm on top of the Jacksonville Kings and in control. The Kings trying to get back into it. We'll be right back. Back here in Jacksonville, Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice. Florida on top and in control, and Jacksonville is... Are they going to send CC out for this long field goal, Gerald?
It looks like just to make a 51-yard attempt. I kind of like it because it still puts you within 2 scores here. I like the call because he's only missed 1 field goal in his career.
Hold down, kick up and on the way, and he got it from 51 yards, now 22-6.
And hey, if we see in the chat, we've already seen 2 20-point comebacks so far in week 12 here. One with 21 point in the fourth quarter alone. So this game is far, far from being over here. A lot of crazy things this season in the SFL. I wouldn't put it past Jacksonville to come back.
Yeah, very, very much plenty of game to round this out. 10:36 to go here in the fourth as we have just kicked off this final frame of this game. The SFL's third season of the minor league action starts Friday, this coming Friday, April 16th, the day before Wildcard Saturday. All new players take the field for the first time as they prepare themselves to be drafted into our pros. Want to get on the field? Not too late to do that. Visit simulationfl.net. You can join our Discord community, which is free to join. Create a player and start building your career today. Whether you're a fan or you want to be a player, Discord is the place to be. Cochran fires! Oh, and the place to be for Florida is up to the 42 as Stephen Bush collects.
Big throw and big time play here from Cochran to Stephen Bush. The defender that took like he was going to go to the outside, he broke it to the inside. Gave Cochran a beautiful, beautiful target to throw to. And great, great play there. Get up to the 42 and a first down.
Far Twins look here, 3-3, and Boletsky will pick up 3. And for Florida, they can clinch the number 2 seed with a win here today, and they look to be on top and comfortably in control. The question will be whether Jacksonville can make them a little uncomfortable, Gerald.
Either way, they had a bye coming out of this week, but you'd really like to get that 2 seed here. So big game here for Florida.
Flip out here, J.W. Doyle able to collect the feet and turn the corner. First down yardage.
Runs through the tackle. Michael Sprouse then gang tackled there by a host of Jacksonville Kings, including Keenan Samuel, Ray Jones. I believe Bernard Gooden there was long there on the tackle, but still gets the first down. Did you see Michael Sprouse? 500 tackles on his career. Congratulations.
Run up the middle is only good for a yard, and Mr. Sprouse with 500 tackles, and younger player there getting one to stall this one out at 2nd and 9.
Ray Jones coming in. 2 seasons is almost at 200 tackles for his career. He's having a great career so far as a rookie.
Free play for Florida, and Como runs out of bounds. They will take this penalty.
Yeah, give themselves an extra down to play with. If you're Jacksonville, you're down so far, you cannot make a simple mistake of going into the neutral zone. That's going to cost them big as Taquan Hale makes the mistake.
Hale a little too eager to get to the quarterback and make an impact. Jacksonville really could use a turnover here at this point in the game, finding themselves down by so many points, and Florida on the edge of field goal range. Probably need about 5-10 yards to make an attempt. Split backs here. They will give it right up the middle to Boletsky. Boletsky dances. The bullet spins, and he's out to the 28.
Great pursuit by Taquan Hale to make the stop. Charlie Boletsky going right through the middle. You see a great block there, and another great block by number 68, John Judy, making a great hole there for Boletsky to go through to pick up that first down and put them in field goal range.
Joseph Wade and Greg McDonaldson helping lead the way for this rushing attack. Flip out here to J.W. Doyle. Oh, embarrassing defenders down to the 22.
Both these running backs are putting the lumber down to the wide receivers. Doyle's like, Just another Sunday. Knocking people around. Great pass there. 2nd and 4. And Florida with this drive, it looks like they're trying to put this game away.
3 receivers wide. Single back is Beletsky. They will throw. Cochran, all slants, will fire and throws a pick to Sprouse. Michael Sprouse with the interception that just may have turned Jacksonville's tide.
That's what they needed. They needed a turnover, and they got it. Michael Sprouse, who got his 500th tackle here and just came up with a great pick. You saw the tackle made by center Joseph Wade. But now 7:21 left. You're down 16. Okay, Christian, get those 4 interceptions out of your mind. They need you here with 7:21 to go.
Split spread against bump coverage here for Florida. Christensen fires. Oh, threads the needle to Mike St. Green for 5.
That ball was a half a second later. That ball was a pick 6. Like you said, threaded the eye of the needle to get to Mike St. Green here for a gain of 5.
Threaded the eye of the Florida Storm, and now they're down to the 22.
I thought that as soon as I said it. I'm like, oh, I'll give that one to Andy as well.
3 receivers wide, single back offset to the right for Christensen. CC pumps and throws, oh man, over everyone, and Ken Gossett hauls it down. They give him first down yardage.
It was at the Steve. I think it was at the yellow line when he caught that ball, but man, throwing it in triple coverage, and Gossett just finds a way to bring that ball down. That's his 9th catch of the game for 67 yards.
Jacksonville was in an insane game last week with Vancouver, went to overtime, and now they're trying to get back into this one. Flip out here, Gossett, ooh, for 6.
Takes a shot, comes up. That's the 16th target of the game here for Ken Gossett. The other wide receivers and a tight end have 15 combined. So number 13 is definitely looking for number 84.
Strong-eyed Twins. They got to be quick here, Gerald. The clock starting to become an enemy for Jacksonville, down by 2 scores. Give right side here for Willis. Jared Willis down to the 43.
Great mix up there with the play calling. Like you said, they needed to get some scores quick, but boy, that run was really good. It gets Florida back on their heels a little bit. Gets some great blocks on the outside and just cut it inside that outside blocker and gets a great gain of 14 yards.
Ben Hightower, the tackle, out in front leading the way, and now they'll go 3 wide offset again. Single back offset against a nickel defense who's going to play some bump. Christensen stands in the pocket, floats one deep down the field, and is thrown a pick. Florida takes another one away. This time it is Ryan Tobin.
Interception number 5 on the day for Christensen. And I think that is going to just about do it here. Looking for Ken Gossett once again. This time it's Ryan Tobin with the interception. And 5:32 to go, up 16 points, and you give Florida back the football. They're 20 yards away from actually maybe icing this game, making it a 3-score game.
And the 2 scores are tough. It's 16. You need 2 8s, which means you need 2 2-point conversions. This one, a flip out here, and stepping out of bounds is Como. They would have rather him have gone down inbounds.
Yeah, just lost his footing there and got tripped up on his own feet, but it's a 2nd and 4 here, 5:29 to go. If you're Florida, you're really not sweating it. Yeah, you'd like to have him stay in bounds. I don't think it's no harm, no foul there.
5:20 to go. Clock rolling. Maybe he was going backwards when he went out of bounds. Nickel look here out of the defense. Cochran to throw. Has all day. Has another out route there. Stephen Bush with the collection.
Yeah, that one he could have probably just turned around and tried to stay in bounds. But either way, they're moving the football. They're at the 38-yard line of Jacksonville. At just, I think, on the outskirts of Ethan Snead's range. The clock is running 5:09 to go. And it looks like Jacksonville might be wanting some help here to maybe get a home game here from the other games later on today.
Single back offset to the right, give to Beletsky. Charlie Beletsky forward for 6, and now they're well within range.
Well within range, and Bolesky's not having a big day. 15 carries for 63 yards. It's the yards that he's getting after contact that's really making the difference in this ballgame.
2 in the backfield. Doyle flanking the way for Beletsky. Clock continuing to roll here in this fourth. They'll give it to Beletsky. Angles it back inside and is a couple inches short.
Alex Bond absolutely wraps him up at the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd and inches here. Another first down here, and basically this ball game is over.
Three-four look here out of the Kings. 3rd and inches for Florida. They just want to move the chains. Here is the give. Doyle not going to get there. Hunter Norwood with the tackle.
Big tackle for Hunter Norwood was to force them to a field goal, make it a 3-score game. As you saw what's on the line for Jacksonville, they clinched a bye with the win and a couple wins. They could fall as far as number 10, but with the loss today, I believe we just got confirmation from our commissioner that they could get as high as the 8th seed. So they still have a chance with Vancouver winning a Fort Worth win to host a wild card game next week.
Sneed will send this one up from 47, and it is good. 25-6 now. An ugly scoreline, but Florida on top.
Florida just under their season average of scoring 26.3. Jacksonville well under at 6 points at 27-1, and the over-under. I think if you took the under, you're absolutely golden at this point. 3:11 to go here in the ball game. Florida comfortably up by 19. See if Jacksonville can find some type of momentum here to go into the playoffs with offensively.
Here is the return from Mike St. Green. St. Green will get out to the 21, and that is where Jacksonville's offense will come back out. Christensen, Gerald, a day to forget, and he's going to have to forget it quickly as they head into the playoffs. 5 picks today, 175 yards, 61% completion percentage.
Definitely, if you're a quarterback, you need to have amnesia in the SFL, and you're going to have to forget about this game. 5 interceptions on a QBR of 32.5.
3-score difference, and Christensen will look to throw again as he has to try and get them out of this hole that they've dug. That one was to Wes Turner and was incomplete.
And not having a good day completion was just 60% compared to Cochran's 78. Christensen's a career 72.5% completion percentage. Quarterbacks are really, really having an off day today.
3 receivers wide, single back offset to the right. 3-3 look here out of this Florida Storm defense that has been nothing but superb today. Christensen, 5-step drop, fires, and that is out of bounds. Ken Gossett, the intended receiver.
Gossett out of bounds. Coming up with a big 3rd and 10 here for Jacksonville. 3 of 8 on 3rd down so far in this ball game. Definitely need another one here to even give themselves a chance of being in this ball game.
Here is the split snap. They will throw deep, and that one is collected. Oh, Willis down the sideline. See you later. Touchdown, Jacksonville. They're not dead just yet, Gerald.
Nope, and that's a quick strike that they needed. Big play. Somehow, Grayson Willis gets behind the defense, which I was surprised because they were playing off a lot in that 3rd quarter. It just absolutely blows by. It was actually good coverage. He just took the ball away from number 27 there. Ryan Davidson breaks the tackle and goes to the end zone. That's the quick score that Jacksonville needed here Probably kick the extra point here to get it within 12.
He Moss Davidson outran Andrew Francis. So for Florida fans who may be thinking, those were the backups. No, those were your starters, and they just got beat by Willis deep down the field for a touchdown. And with 2:50 to go, Jacksonville still in this game.
It's going to come right now down to the onside kick here to see if they can recover it. Stranger things have happened here, but they get it to within 12. It's a 25-13 ball game. If anything, they made it a little bit more respectable. But here's an important onside kick right here.
Let's see if automatic can give them the automatic onside. This one will bounce around. Jacksonville has their hands on it. A flag is down. We'll have to see what this is.
That's illegal touching.
Illegal touching on the kicker. Gerald, I'm at a loss. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Yeah, that's a new one for me.
We'll kick it again.
I thought he did.
You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Here we go. We'll line it up again. 13-25. We're kicking it from a little bit further back. CC puts the boot to it, and Florida recovers that one.
I saw nothing. I saw nothing. Great hands play there. That's a shame because Jacksonville executed that onside kick absolutely beautifully, and it was actually recovered by Wes Turner, but it goes for naught as the penalty was thrown. And right now, Florida's sitting up at Jacksonville's 35.
I will say, difference is 12. A field goal would keep it at 15, so Jacksonville needs to hold here, and they just need to force Florida to kick it quickly, and they still have a chance.
If I was Jacksonville, I might want to start using a timeout here. You're going to have basically 4 with the 2-minute warning here. So you don't want to have them waste the time too much. I think they should have been calling a timeout.
Mind you, a fumble or pick would obviously change things quite a bit. And never rule anything out in this league. We've seen some crazy stuff this week already with Mexico City and Houston yesterday. So for Florida and Jacksonville, I don't rule anything out of the cap of possibilities. 2 in the backfield, Boletsky along with Doyle. They'll feed J.W. Doyle, and Doyle fights forward to the 27, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Florida on top by 12, but Jacksonville trying to claw their way back in. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans. We'll be right back. Back here in Jacksonville, the Kings face a vital third down, Gerald. They need this stop desperately. Two in the backfield, split back, and they will give to Beletsky. Beletsky off the right side has the first down and may have just put the ice on this game.
Yeah, they should have been in a run defense, or in a run blitz defense right there. They should have put all their eggs in a basket, but didn't quite do it. And it's going to end up being a loss for Jacksonville, as they can just run the clock out here.
Yeah, barring anything wild, which this is the Simulation Football League. Wild is kind of our forte. They will give Beletsky, fumbled the ball, and Jacksonville has it! Speaking of wild, your order, good sir!
If I think the Florida fans are cursing you right about now, but what a turn of events here, as the fumble is recovered by A.G. Pennypacker, and don't look now, folks. 2 timeouts, a $1:53 to go. Well, here we go.
1st and 10 from the 29. Split back spread for Jacksonville. They scored quickly before. Can they do it again? Sidearm throw caught. Ken Gossett up to the 38.
For Ken Gossett, that's his 11th catch and his 900th of his career.
Split spread again. They're throwing St. Green across the middle. Dances out to the 45.
You need to start going a little bit deeper here. $1:30 left. You got to get to the end zone.
Bump out of Florida. Trying to fight it off are the receivers. Christensen has to float backside. Willis!
Wow.
I thought it was Wall, but Willis came down with it.
What a throw. Just absolutely dropped it in the basket right there. Great throw there. 70 seconds to go.
Slants, Christensen, Willis again, down to the 21, and Jacksonville's going to take a timeout.
Wow. Just holding down the field there. And you see, whoa. Wow. What a throw. Great camera work there. What a throw by Christensen. Just letting those 5 picks go by the wayside and just standing there firing.
The difference is 12. 3 receivers wide. Jacksonville trying to make this a comeback for the ages. 3-3 look out of Florida. The Kings take the snap and throw outside, caught and out of bounds is Ken Gossett.
That last catch by Grayson Willis puts him over 100 yards for the day with that touchdown. And wow, just right down the field here. So 61 seconds to go in the game here. And boy, if you can throw in a touchdown right here, Jacksonville's already proven that they can recover an onside kick. This game could unbelievably come down to the wire.
Split spread again. They are sticking with this formation. 3 receivers wide. Gossett caught on the out route there down to the 10. Hurry up offense.
Step offense, you gotta start snapping the ball here. Maybe clock it.
Here is the flip out. Willis, did he get out of bounds? No.
Did you take shots to the end zone here? 40 seconds. You gotta give yourself some time.
3-3 look out of Florida. Christensen to throw again. Spot route caught by Gossett and out of bounds at the 6.
If they can't get a first down inside the 1, they're not looking at a first down. It's 2 down territory there to get in the end zone. 33 seconds left to go in the game. This is where you're going to have to maybe do a crossing route with St. Green, a corner route, possibly with Gossett, but you got to get to the end zone on this play.
Near spread, 3-3 look here out of Florida. 5-step drop. They're going to flip it out to Iggy Swift, and Swift is short, and Jacksonville takes their final timeout with 28 seconds to burn.
And they have to go to the end zone here. A field goal will only put it to a 9-point game. So this is basically the ball game here for Jacksonville. Have 4 yards to go to get to the end zone. And Florida's defense make one final stop. This is the ball game here.
This is a formation you want. 3 wide receivers against 4 linebackers. Here is Christensen, stands in the pocket, flips it out. Can Iggy Swift get there? No, the tackle is made, and the Florida Storm are going to survive.
Great open field tackle. If he breaks that tackle by Evan Carroll, he is in the end zone. And great read. As you see, he actually went off the coverage of Ken Gossett and makes the play. Great defensive stand for Florida. And they will come away with a 25-13 victory and will secure the number 2 spot in the SFL playoffs.
They cannot take a knee here, I don't think. They're going to have to run a play in order to get out of the shadow of their end zone, and that is Beletsky, who will move forward, and that one probably will do it. Florida survives a late fumble. They survive Jacksonville's comeback attempt for a 12-point victory. The Florida Storm will clinch the number 2 seed in the Simulation Football League playoffs.
Now Jacksonville, to host a playoff game, will need a Vancouver and a Fort Worth win. If that would happen, they would host Las Vegas in that scenario. Going to today's game, it's a great day if you're a Storm player. 25-13, the final, as you see. Basically, even except for time of possession, but we have those turnovers that absolutely ate Jacksonville up. I'm talking 32 of 41 for 276 yards. The touchdown pass to E.J. Minson, the leading receiver for Florida, 95 yards for Steve Bush. Charlie Beletsky, 20 carries for 68 yards with an additional 16 yards by Jaden Doyle. Jacksonville, 321 yards for Christensen. 35 of 52 did have that big long touchdown of 79 yards to Grayson Willis. But 5 interceptions on the day. Bruce Foster for Jacksonville. It cost 14 catches for 97 yards. Hits over 900 for his career. Jared Willis, 10 carries for 35 yards. Bernard Good, 11 tackles. The secondary for Florida had 2 picks. Adam Jones and Ryan Tobin. Just an all-around great performance there by Florida. And man, they're riding high coming into the playoffs.
Florida gave it their all. Jacksonville gave it their all there at the end, made it closer than it probably could have been on paper. The Kings and Storm, a victory for Florida. And Gerald, it really came down to the Storm were able to take advantage of the turnovers.
And they were able to put points on the board with those turnovers, whether they were either field goals or touchdowns. Jacksonville's defense didn't really play that bad. They were giving up short fields. It was just too hard to stop Florida at any point in the ball game. And Florida is riding high on a 6-game win streak going into the playoffs. That is what you want. You definitely have confidence coming in. And you have Jacksonville coming off that overtime loss to Vancouver, and really poor performance for Christensen. They got to find a way to get the momentum as they head to the playoffs.
A close-fought battle between 2 playoff teams. Again, Jacksonville in the playoffs already. They've secured their spot. The question is just, where will they play? Will they get to play in Jacksonville, or will they have to hit the road? All that to be decided later today, or at very least this coming Wednesday. Coming up on the SFL post-game update, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green are going to analyze this game. They're going to preview more SFL action coming up later today on For the Fans and Next Level Sports, all coming up on the post-game update. But first, your player of the game, Ethan Sneed, the kicker. 6 of 6 today from field goal range, 48 is the long, and Florida survives Jacksonville's comeback attempt. We're going to go to commercial break, but when we come back, the studio post-game show starts just then. For Gerald Giudice, I'm Andy Hamilton. Have a great rest of your SFL Sunday.
Welcome to the SFL postgame update. Along with Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. And Florida gets the victory over Jacksonville, 25-13. Your thoughts on that ball game, Mike? As Jacksonville seemed to, it's almost like they thought they had 20 more minutes left on the clock the whole day.
Yeah, Cam, isn't proper, protocol to give the players a 10-minute cool down before you go before the camera and, in a tough loss. But that's the way I feel right now. But yeah, Florida played a great game today. We were kept, but behind the scenes, like Jacksonville seemed like we were moving like we had all day, and we fell short in the end. I mean, the comeback was on the table a little bit there, but fell short at the end.
Coming up is Fort Worth and Lone Star. Apologies, we have some technical difficulties on the Carolina-Charleston game. Admittingly, that's rather distracting. Fort Worth takes on Lone Star coming up next. And what we know now, Mike, is that Fort Worth cannot obtain the 2 seed now that Florida has won the game. So they have an opportunity to get as high as the 3 seed. Fort Worth, I believe they can fall to 4. We'll confirm whether they've clinched the first round bye or not. But preview this game for me, Mike.
Well, I'll tell you this about Fort Worth, Cam. Yeah, they may have lost out on the 2nd seed, and they may not secure the 4th seed, a bye with this win. But the way I feel like about it right now, Cam, if Fort Worth were 0-11, this will be a huge game for them because they'll be able to knock a crosstown rival out of the playoffs. So it's going to be a huge game. These teams are within like 50 miles of one another. Lone Star's looking for a playoff berth, and Fort Worth is definitely looking, they're definitely looking to knock them out. Look for Fort Worth. Jason Williams on the ground. He's going to pound the rock. He's averaging over 100 yards per game. They're going to, protect their young quarterback, Cameron Curtis, and, keep the short passing game. But over the past couple weeks, he has been getting his big wide receiver, Stephen Hackery, involved. So look for them to do that. Lone Star, they're going to pound the rock as well. They're looking to get Ike McBride involved. She single-handedly kept Lone Star in the game last week until they eventually pulled it out over Queen City. So we're going to look for a tough rivalry matchup, rough and tumble. We're going to see how it comes out in the end.
So can confirm that Fort Worth has they have clinched a bye. The Charleston-Carolina game has grinded to a halt. Carolina was up 20-6 in the 3rd quarter. That game is going to be ruled a final. So Fort Worth has clinched a first-round bye. Lone Star has just a 1-8 chance of missing the playoffs. That happens if Houston wins on Wednesday and LA wins later today after a Lone Star loss. So Lone Star's almost in. They've almost punched their ticket here, but they've got some business to take care of, and a win would certainly do that for Lone Star. Lone Star can actually get a home playoff game still if they win. If in all scenarios, Mike, that they win, Lone Star would be the 8 seed, and they would be hosting a 9 seed. That would be either Jacksonville or Vancouver. So if Lone Star wins, they would host either Jacksonville or Vancouver in the first round of the playoffs. And that's what we know now. Tim Hackett, Stephen Mullinex have the call of this Lone Star Fort Worth matchup coming up next. You're watching the SFL on For the Fans. We'll be right back.